Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cities Skylines with me, Zerberus. We are still working on our 1 hour per day build, where we spend 1 hour a day. This is, I think, part 5, and just slowly but surely make our way inland and to an eventual population of, well, we're targeting 500,000 plus minus. Yesterday, we did away with our evil old coal power plants. Added some more. And once again I forgot to download the umbrella water facilities, but I'm actually going to do that right now while I'm talking anyway. Oh, where was it? 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 Water, 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 water. Water and sewage. There it is. The Umbrella Corporation hydro plant. So tomorrow we will have that. We still won't have it today, unfortunately. And welcome back, Isingate. But yeah, tomorrow we are going to get offers from the Umbrella Corporation for long-term water supply. For now, we're still, I think, basically set, aren't we? Yeah, we have enough water for right now, so that's not an issue. We're generally getting overall demand. So let's just crack open a beer, unpause the game, and see what's going on down there in... Well, we're still looking for a name. Cheers. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get sponsored by Rothaus Pilsner. That would be nice. Or by Waldhaus. Very much doubt it. With what, 6 YouTube followers? Probably not going to happen anytime soon. So yeah, we'll let them run. We did do some traffic fixing yesterday. We upgraded this to a 6-lane road despite our better intuition. I think I'm going to streamline this long term, and we're going to add in some proper bicycle paths. But for the time being, things do seem for the most part to be running. So we'll just see how much more we can gum them up before we really... Running is such a word that maybe doesn't describe this properly. You know what we're definitely going to do is knock out some of the unnecessary parts of this bridge system. Yeah, it doesn't matter. One of them has to go, one of them has to stay. Whether we have it connected over there or over there, it doesn't really make much difference. Just to give us back some zoning. And since they're all building so fast, we actually have to... In fact, I think that was actually supposed to stay that way, wasn't it? Long term it won't anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So we've got some offices back up in here. Now the next thing we're needing more of is, well, once again, industry, so we will oblige the industry with another road back in here, just for general purpose industry. Really. And just because we can, we'll use the picker tool, because we do have that now. And we'll just toss in another block of industrial space here then, since that appears to be what everyone wants for reasons. Whoop. Tim, will you please click the right buttons, not just any buttons. There is a reason. That said, we do have offices in some spaces also already to satisfy some of the industry demand. And going forward, when we start filling up like this little area as well, then we'll probably, in fact, we may actually just turn that right off the bat into just an office area. Should one keep the industry off our ass as far as we need more space goes. Well, we don't really need to connect up here with that, do we? That'd be kind of pointless. But that also means we're going to need water. So we'll toss in some more offices up here. I can't even remember whether or not I disabled fire spreading or not after the interesting catastrophes we had a few days ago. You know what? We're also going to put offices here. We don't really want more traffic on that road if not necessary. And now we're getting residential demand. Once again, not really an issue. We were planning on expanding all of this to high density anyway. The question is just where exactly do we want to go? I think we'll go with the Botanical Gardens district.
Lights, camera, movie. There's nothing like watching a movie to take you to another place or time. And there's no better place to watch than Drome Cinema. And no better time than the time it takes you to get from where you are to where we are. You'll break box office records of fun as you take a trip to Tinseltown Movieville, USA.
So just knock that out.
Our theaters feature noise-absorbing fabric, guaranteeing the only thing you hear is the movie. That high-pitched shuttle
In long term, this may not even be residential, but I think it will with the I think we'll probably keep it as residential with the botanical gardens and the clinic and everything up in here, and it kind of makes sense.
The radio waves are my canvas, music is my pigment.
And that district actually goes all the way up to here, so we may as well rezone all the way up to here. Oh, seriously? That is... Well, it needs to be commercial anyway, so... But not there. There we'll actually leave those two small commercial buildings. That one's actually large enough. You know what? We'll take these and turn these into high density commercial as well. And now we'll finish satisfying that residential demand we had. Even though that's long gone now, in no small part because we just told a lot of we're still telling a lot of people to just go take a hike. Not all of them may take kindly to that. So draw that in. As far as what the city looks like, Isengame, yeah, this is what we've got so far. We do have access to these tiles though, so probably going to have our central station here somewhere in that area. And eventually we do have this entire map to expand into. So, yeah, this is going to be a big city. Definitely going to have all the industries again as usual. or I shouldn't say as usual, like we did last time. It's probably a better way to say that. But we want to get rid of the day-night cycle. So, still getting more industry demand. And they're having not enough educated workers. I can actually completely understand that. Education is probably overall still an issue. Well, actually, it's not that bad. Elementary. Hurting a bit for high schooling. Oh, that's right, because we keep evicting people, we keep getting uneducated people back in. That's what's going on. we need to stop kicking people out. That's basically what needs to happen. And then that won't be as much of a problem anymore. So maybe think twice before we side with the next landlord who wants his deadbeat neighbor out. Well, actually, it's not about landlords that want deadbeat neighbors out. It's about landlord that wants... and it's not neighbors anyway, it's tenants. It's about landlords that want more tenants. More tenants. Yeah, we're totally just going to leave those. What we do need to do, though, is make sure those remain set to historical, so that we don't wind up with skyscrapers back here. This one is already almost bigger than I'd like to see. And that's just normal high density, that's even level 1. That said, the reason I don't like to see that, don't want to see it that high is just literally just exactly that, is that we don't want this to already be the big hyper metropolitan area, because we have like this entire island for that, basically everything between these two highways. So there's no real point in raising this all up to super high. This is the idea is that this is basically going to be a suburb long term, and I'd actually like to, well, not a true suburb, but something suburb-ish, so to speak. And I'd actually like to slowly but surely stop putting more load on these intersections, otherwise things are really gonna start going badly. Yeah, because we can also already see that we're getting major issues with the industry traffic. You know what we're going to do? We are going to add in, yeah, you know what, for now, probably one of the standard intersections will do. I don't think we have Timbos intersections downloaded yet. No, we don't. But for example, something like this will do, or... do I want to put a cloverleaf in there? No, that's just too much. But I'm thinking maybe just one of these, or even possibly even quickly build one ourselves, just to maybe get the industry completely off of these two connections. So yeah, this is the part where our city thinks it's dying for 5 minutes, because obviously they have no idea what's going on. City Hall doesn't really warn people about things like this. Probably should. But I mean, we're not the ones being inconvenienced. They are. So now we want 3-lane highway? Yes, that's a 3-lane highway. That looks a bit wonky. We'll use a move it mod on that. Oh, that's why. I still had the wrong road tool selected. That works halfway reasonably. That also doesn't look too bad. That's not enough of a curve. That's too much of a curve. Oh, you know what, we'll just do it like that and use the Move It mod to get it exactly the way we want it. Or closer to the way we want it, I should say. That looks about right, and I think we can live with that too. It's probably not even a bad idea to have something like a highway going down in here. In fact, I think what we'll actually do is we'll make this basically our first dedicated industry area. And we'll put like a fishing industry. But I'd really like to use this for commercial space though. This looks just so beautiful. I really don't want to put industry back in here. But right now the important thing is that we need entering and exiting lanes. You know what? We'll actually run this straight up here behind it, like this. Or basically as close to like semi-parallel as we can, so it looks like just normal. That's really too close. I don't like that. Can we do that in the other direction, maybe? Oh, we're now a grand city with 19,000 population. Didn't even do anything. And now we want 4 lanes for here and for here. When we get dedicated lane arrows, that's not a problem. We just want to make sure they merge here reasonably well. Yeah, and this is immediately already taking load off of that. We've got people coming in up here instead. Excellent, 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 because that's exactly what we wanted to happen. And for that last stretch, we'll actually go to a section of 2-lane highway. So they get 2 lanes for turning off. They can go either way. I'll just help them exfiltrate better. We'll probably turn all of this into some form of 4-lane road eventually. But right now, that's really just it's actually more of a stopgap than anything else. That's working nicely. So it needs to come out a little bit more. And here they just have to diverge a little bit. There's just no way to get beyond that. And for that reason, we may as well just start coming out with that one a little bit further. this overall looks a bit of a quick jump down, but it's not that bad.
False Tech cameras. If you want the best, you have got to go
Still getting a traffic flow of 73% because we just have so much traffic that wants to come in here.
Our lenses, the longest. Cameras aren't paperweights. They're tools.
I mean, it was expected that we were going to have to redo traffic flow in a lot of this area. That said, there's really, we really still actually kind of want to get our industry out of this area anyway.
Can you hear it?
And that alone will cause
It's the sound of
an
refreshment.
improvement in our traffic.
Pop soda refreshment. Pop soda. Belch the best.
Well, that's a problem. Why can I not? Oh, because the move it mod's still active. Okay.
Positive
What's the
mindset is
story
one
on
of the most
garbage?
powerful tools we have to
Processing
influence
is
our
low,
days, even if things aren't going
and that's
your
why
way.
landfill usage is going up.
Send
So
good vibes into the
we have
universe.
$8,000, so we can add more
I know it can be
incinerators.
difficult
That's
when you
not
feel
the problem.
Give it a shot and experience the power of the human mind. If you need a helping hand to get started,
We also have coverage all the way back here, so that's not a problem either.
as always, I'm default. This is the Deep Focus channel.
Why are we getting space already occupied with this? Oh, because those are all historical buildings, that's why. So what we're actually going to have to do is delete one by hand. Okay. Water, we're still fine, right? That's electricity, dumbass. Water, we're still doing fine. And tomorrow the Umbrella Corporation moves in, or possibly even later today. I don't know. I think yeah, I'll do a double stream, in fact. So for anybody watching this on YouTube, yeah, basically starting with this stream, Twitch will actually be ahead of the YouTube streams. Simply because I record these on Twitch and then upload them to YouTube. So yeah, if you follow me on Twitch and not just on YouTube, then you just might see this a little bit earlier, if that's something that interests you. I'm just going to assume that it might be because, well, you're here, aren't you? So, yeah, do we want to... Yeah, I've got an idea. Then we're not going to need the full length of this all the way down. In fact, we can already start downgrading some of it. Because, for example, here we don't need a 3-lane highway. That's just pointless. We can go up to 3 lanes here for switching off. But after that, there's no real need for 3 lanes. And therefore we can also go on the assumption that traffic back will probably be similar. Since there are only 2 lanes to get off in anyway. Oh, that's right, we still need to get our merging and turning off lanes up in here, and we need to set those up just to make sure. And we want to do that here as well, just to make sure they don't get in each other's way. Yeah, I can be a bit stupid sometimes. So, and then we can use that's a 3-lane. 3-lane here. Do the same thing. Yeah, but it does appear to be having an effect. If nothing else, it'll have more and more of an effect as we wind up putting in more and more industry. But yeah, really, we need to start thinking about how we're going to get some of these cars off the road. I mean, up here, traffic, what do you have? You have a few garbage trucks. Why? Because, yeah, it's offices. There's no reason for traffic. Whereas here in our high density residential areas, you can already see everything is just, yeah, it's just chock full. Especially like here around the Botanical Gardens. Why is that so empty? Did we want to put something in there? I think we just might have. But what? Large playground. Park with trees. Yeah, that was that huge one that we basically didn't have room for anywhere. And we probably still don't have room for... Oh, that's right. It's because it's historical. That's why we can't fit that in there. So, yeah. That's what it's time for right now. We will unset historical so that we can throw in a nice big park with trees. And we're also going to add some more parks on the back, off the back of that, if possible. Well, of course it's possible, that's what Anarchy's for, but... small park's going a little bit too far. How about a playground? Yeah, that'll work. Or is that just another large playground? And was this not a small park? Oh. So, no, then get rid of both of those, please. Throw in a small park here, please. Why can I not go down even for... Oh, because that's the end of the road, that's why. That's just literally as far as it's going to go. But that's actually not too bad, when you think about it. Just put up one path in right through there, done. Yeah. I think that's a good start. And there goes the chat. 1 second. There we are. We're back. So now we want just some of these paths to connect up. So that people can just walk straight between the parks, and also from like here to one of the parks. Well, which house do we want to kill? That's basically the question this is asking us. I have to admit, Anarchy is really a nice thing. So, and now we have to go with Prop and Tree Anarchy. That is now on. Because now we want some trees in here. In fact, we're going to, before we throw in trees, we're actually going to remove most of the zoning that's in here. So that we don't get in our own way, so to speak. We'll leave some of the zoning around the park, that's okay, but just not a lot of it in the park. So, and there, now, we once again start looking for reasonable trees. maybe one or two like here in the middle somewhere. I'd probably use one or two of those. Probably not a bad idea. In fact, we'll replace these. At least visually, with some of those. We don't want to use those. The beeches are still just these huge, humongous trees that just go way too far. Yeah, with some pines, for example. Actually, we could put like a single beech in there, just to be like the big center point tree, so to speak. In fact, I think we have giant redwoods as well that we could use for a similar purpose, probably even better for the same purpose. Oh, that's a tiled area anyway, so. I've just got this one giant sequoia standing out in the middle of the park. Yeah, it's a little bit too much. Although, when you think about it, an artificial park, that's actually kind of the kind of thing that would often be done. Just put like one tree that has absolutely no business being there right in the middle and just make it huge. But I think we'll take a beech for that. Yeah, that's the big tree in the middle, so to speak. Toss in some rocks. Do we no longer have anarchy on? Is that what's going on? Or do we need both anarchies, or what? There. Anarchy, some rocks in there. That's a much bigger patch of rocks. We have a slightly smaller one. Maybe not like the meteorite from hell. It's just not going to fit in there reasonably well. We'll just leave those rocks in there. Maybe just add like some forest moss or something like that, or some bushes. There, now we'll add some forest moss or some bushes. I didn't quite expect that to put that kind of a texture underneath it. I'm actually hoping more like for like a you know, we'll put like a kiddie swing set out here somewhere. Where are the props? Yeah, well, where's do we have the surface painter? Yes, there's the surface painter. That's field, ruined, gravel, a little bit gravel. That's way too big. What's the smallest size we can get? 15. Oh, that's ideal. That's perfect. It's just like a little sandbox, basically. So then we go back to our landscaping. No, not to our landscaping. First we go to our parks, exactly. Now we need, of course, a brush size of 1. not gonna let us place these things like brush-like. That would be kind of hilarious. Can I really not get any closer? Like a little mini Stonehenge in the park. That district sign is just so annoying. It's just right in the way of basically everything I want to place. Maybe we'll put this over here as well. You can run into one and run out of the other. Nice little playground for the kids. I think that works nicely. Oh, and there's actually... Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, this is an actual playground. So we have two very similar playgrounds. One of them we built by hand, and the other one was already pre-made in the game. So, yeah, so the game obviously has a very similar idea than we do. Or than I do of what a playground's supposed to look like. That's nice. Do we have benches and things out in here? Yes, we do. So that one little kiosk is actually, for the most part, enough. Because, again, this is just like a set of parks. Oh, and we still have everything paused. That's, of course, bullshit.
Action, cut, quiet on the set. Our theaters feature noise-absorbing fabric, guaranteeing the only thing you hear is the movie. That high-pitched shuttle drone is normal. It's the sound your ears hear when there's nothing for your ears to hear here.
Exactly, that's
So
all commercial.
enjoy the movies where everyone's a star.
And in fact, what we're gonna do...
Looking for that relaxed vibe? Search no further. I'm Deep Thought, and this is the Deep Focus channel.
That one has to go. Most of that one has to go. Not all of that one has to go, actually. This one definitely has to go, though. They're still wanting industry space. What's the story on all that high density? Is all that filled in? No, not really. Then again, if we zone it properly, it has a chance to fill in. That always helps. Do we want to make this high density also as well while we're at it? Not yet. Just out of curiosity, how long has this stream been going for? Okay. That's right. Turn all the anarchies off. And just to make sure we don't do anything completely stupid. Did we ever connect those up in any way, shape, or form? No, we didn't, so we could probably do that, if nothing else. Oh, that's right, we now have the waste transfer system. That's something that's going to be very interesting in the short term. Really? Do I need anarchy now to connect two highways? Because that's what's going on. Fine. Have it your way. Oh, come on. There's absolutely no reason that should not be connectable. It's still not unloading as much off of that as we would have hoped. This is really our big chokehold, this spot right here. The big question that I have is that if we can... There's actually no reason really to even have that roundabout anymore. We could actually... Because all the people that are coming through here are actually people that are, if I'm seeing this right, they're coming up here, coming through here. Almost nobody's coming straight off the highway and then going over there. Oh, of course I say that, and what happens? A whole chunk of vehicles go straight off the highway and come through there. But I actually think removing this completely might be the better solution. I mean, we know how to draw a 3-lane highway, so it's not like we're losing anything massive. It does, however, make the roundabout here completely pointless, as well as the 2-lane roads. The 4-lane road, sorry. So we can just take a 2-lane highway and just hook straight up to that now. Give it dedicated turning lanes. You know what? We'll even go up to 3 just for that last stretch, so we actually get lanes in all 3 directions. Really? That's what you're gonna go with? Yeah, that's what we wanted. So we can also then turn that into a 2-lane one-way road. Actually also just go with a highway. Knock out the roundabout completely. Looks a little better. And that should actually work better overall, I'm going to say. I'm going to hope. Because now all the traffic that was going through here should just come straight onto here, because why not? Hello, this is a 6-lane road. What's it there for if they're not going to use it? Especially traffic that's like coming through here to that. Why are they doing that? Well, maybe they just... That's interesting. And here we're getting the issues once again with pedestrians. There's just so many people running through here that it's really just screwing with our traffic no matter how we try to do it. We may even go so far as to ban traffic from the outside lanes. Yeah, but things like this are basically what are causing most of our traffic slow-ups here. Oh, and it's now causing a huge tail to form. So that definitely was not the best idea we ever had. But then we can just also simply just take... If we really do need that bypass lane, just so people can turn around, and we can always add that in here as well. Because I think that may be the problem now, is that we now have all the turning around traffic also going through our city, which isn't necessarily optimal. I mean, I could actually just look and make, like, stop making, like, educated guesses and just actually look at what the issue is by using the routes tool. Because what I also don't get is just how many people are just coming in here just to turn around in up here. That's what I can't really quite figure out at all. So yeah, we're definitely gonna have to rework this. In fact, is there anything important down in here? No, there isn't. Because we do have a roundabout builder. Obviously that is going to screw us as far as the pedestrian bridge goes. Not lane connectors. Lane arrows. Yeah, that lane arrows, that's what we wanted, that's right. So now they're funneling. This is a two-way road. Why are they not using this road? Where are the junction restrictions? You keep flowing, you don't keep flowing. You don't keep flowing, you keep flowing. Is it not recognizing the roundabout, or what's going on here? But it does seem to be working a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure. But what I can't figure out is why... Yeah, well... It's nice to know that is a problem. I'd like to know where it's a problem. That would make more sense. So now we've basically taken most of it and at least put it onto this roundabout, but yeah, it's basically there's still heavy traffic, still the same heavy traffic coming in. You know, I think we've at least kind of... Yeah, so absolutely nobody's using this road. This is... That's right. Why are we splitting this up to 3 lanes? That's kind of pointless now that I think about it. Because there's still only 2 lanes coming in. So, now I'll get back to the routes. We're using this road. A lot of it is industry traffic. So what we may need to do is start... but we can't ban heavy traffic from the commercial zones. That's right, that's never gonna work. Not so bad back here. Let's get rid of the pedestrians and the cyclists. I'm not really too worried about city service vehicles. Yeah, we may need to axe some of the residential areas, but yeah, for the most part it's industry traffic. So what we actually need to do is start upgrading these roads. Probably, so that they can just take more. Well, actually, it doesn't really look... I know how we're gonna do it. Again, I'm not a fan of these 6-lane roads, but they're the only large one-way option we really have, so... Did not want to change that one, but might not be so bad. Yeah, I think we also need more off-ramps from the highway. That's basically the main issue right now. We also need to get a little bit more control over the industrial traffic flow in general as well, so... You know what, screw the 6-lane back out in here. We do actually still have that 4-lane. 6 lanes is kind of... And really, I don't like these 6-lane roads. I am just not a fan. Oh, since we're going one way now, we actually almost might want to flip those around. Oh, well, too late. So... That one's going that way, so the next one would actually be going that way, so that actually makes sense even. Except that, of course, the game wants to do it the other way around. Didn't want to do that one back in there. And, by the way, thanks for the follow. What is it? Etidris. And welcome to the channel. That's right, this one's going to be going that way again. Of course not. That way. Oh, actually, is actually the way we originally had it set up. So, yeah, basically back to beginnings. Yeah, that's really all the industry we have or plan on having. You know what, we'll just throw that road in there if we're already at it anyway. Oh, seriously. Oh, that's why. Bit of a sharp corner, but it's not so bad for the industrial area. And I'm still considering whether or not all of this is going to get torn out anyway, but I am kind of liking the overall layout. So exactly, that's completely the wrong. But you are definitely also right, we definitely do still need more off-ramps, and so maybe now would be a good time to drop 2 or 3 of them in. Oh, you've gotta be kidding me. That's what Anarchy's for. Those moments when the game says you can. Oh, that's right. Historical buildings. That's why. That's yeah. It's gonna keep getting me every time. So because we do actually have another on-ramp up here, and I think the next bridge over is actually a bit far away from my taste. That's well, it's over here. It's actually not too bad. But what they don't have is a way to get onto this one or off of that one. That said, yeah, they'll be using, at least for that. You know what? I think we're gonna wanna give them a way to get on to this one over here as well. Flare that up to 4 lanes then. That's right, we need to do that over here as well. So we get our dedicated lanes, and there goes the chat once again. That's got it back on time for a change. That's nice. So, and just so that merging doesn't cause us any major problems here. That should alleviate the way off there. This entire ring system, really, this was given to us with the map, and yeah, from the word go, I was always like, I really don't like this, and yeah, I'm really starting to figure out why. But I think we might be slowly starting to get a handle on things. Basically, will depend on how heavily used these connections wind up getting, but I could imagine them taking quite a bit. And we also need to start. Why are they walking through here when they have a perfectly good bridge? They might as well just delete the bridge. Fine, that's the way you guys want it. No bridge. Screw you. Ungrateful bastards. Yeah, these are all just still too close together for the most part, and yeah. This area is going to need more of a redesign than I want to do, but yeah, otherwise it's just going to become a complete clusterfuck, I'm afraid. Oh, that's really?
Yakisoba. It literally means fried noodles.
That should solve that problem.
What's up, y'all? It's your host, Deep Thought, coming back at you with the thought of the day. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing, pause for a second. Take in your surroundings. You can't
Oh,
stop to savor
that's.
every moment, but if you're not careful, the days will slip past before you even realize.
We maybe should have
Gather
like
yourself in
completed.
this moment
this, that might have made just a little bit of sense.
Welcome to the sounds of Deep Freeze Channel.
So now it has a chance to actually work. Oh, and it immediately cleared up too. Well, not completely. There's still some heavy congestion in some spots, but then again, in the beginning, that is to be expected. Got any more traffic lights in there that shouldn't be there? I'm surprised that one was even in there. Oh, that's because those were originally probably two-way connections. At least that's my guess. Oh, it's doing it out here too, so... Shouldn't have any more traffic lights on our main roads. Just check on some of the side roads. Yeah, we got one there. Shouldn't be there. Got one there that shouldn't be there. Got one there that shouldn't be there. My first impression does, however, remain that it has improved significantly. Probably not getting much off of that. I'm getting a feeling that this connection back here is probably taking much more slack. And they're putting in quite a bit. Yeah, we're back up above 80%. So overall, we at least haven't done too much harm. But yeah, we definitely just need more connections in general. But I think we've got, yeah, basically the main backbone of our fishing industry setup. We're probably going to migrate most of this industry over to this area as well. And then we'll probably do something different with the cross line and not necessarily this, and have these actually be lines coming off into the industry. So this is still kind of a temporary solution. All very, very good questions. Just like the name of the city, also still a very good question. So anybody have any ideas, please throw them at me. Again, I have a few of my own, but nothing I'm really set on. So, and if we want to make this a fishing industry, then we're basically going to have to use this coastline. Can we pick up that tile yet? No, we can't. We still need another milestone for that. When do we get that? 32,000. There was something else we got at 32,000 that I absolutely wanted to... Ah, the harbor. That's right. So, next milestone in another 10,000 people, and we actually have a growth of basically 0 right now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, it just means we're collecting money. I honestly don't know how many people are in the chat right now. I couldn't tell you because I just don't have that metric available without tabbing out of the game. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Tomorrow we're gonna work on, or next episode I should say, we're gonna work on turning this into our fishing area. And see if that doesn't also help us slightly de-stress this, although it is really starting to look much better. I mean, if you remember, earlier we had a tail going to about back here, which is, yeah, that's a little bit further than we want it to go back. That's where it was there as like total maximum. I'd actually prefer it to flow through better. Oh, yeah, and I think I know what the problem is now that I think about it. It's junction restrictions. They need to be able to just power through and select their lanes. This road needs to be able to just go and do whatever they want to do. They get to just pump through. Everybody else gets to wait. Especially people coming in from the side. Because this is very, very obviously the main drag. And so now it's also a priority road. And we'll have to work on some pedestrian solutions. I mean, this road is obviously, especially the way it's set up now, always going to be busy, but it doesn't have to be jammed. They're having a bit of a problem because they're wanting to come off up here already. So we may be better... Oh, that's a problem. Well, not a problem per se, but a slight issue. Might be better for them to have their own direct path off. That said, if we end up moving the industry all the way over to the back anyway, then it's only going to be the occasional garbage truck that's jumping over there, so... But I'd say those are all considerations for the next episode. I thank everybody for watching. Again, if you like what you've seen, please feel free to follow me on Twitch or like and subscribe on YouTube. And yeah, I've been Zerb. You've been great. See you soon. And don't worry, Icing Game, I'll be back in about 2 minutes. I'm just going to pause the game quick and end the stream so that I know where the cut is.